Good morning everyone and welcome back to my channel. As you can probably tell behind me, it is the daytime and it is currently about 1 p.m. or something like that, 1:30. Anyways, today I want to do a first impression review for you guys, hence why it is daytime. Usually I like to film at night just because the daylight doesn't affect my filming lighting that much. And it's a lot easier and less like inconsistent. But today, since it's a first impression, I want to start this video early so that I can check in throughout the day or later on during the day to let you guys know my opinion. And that is because I am doing a first impression video on a new foundation that I got. It's the Bobbi Brown Stick Skin Foundation. Or should I say Bobbi Brown Skin Foundation Stick. And I got this in the color Warm Porcelain 05 just because my skin apparently is that white, which is interesting because usually like back in the day when I was younger, I used to be more like sand colored and stuff like that. But I feel like ever since I've been living in Asia, I don't really see the sun that much, which is so unfortunate, but so true. Yeah, and I feel like I don't know, I'm just really pale these days, you guys. Crap. This is just what the product looks like. It comes in a nice small stick form and it's just really gorgeous. This actually is my first Bobbi Brown product I've ever owned that is full size, so I'm more than ecstatic to try it out. Now, Bobbi Brown is technically, I guess, a high-end to luxury brand. It doesn't run cheap, as this foundation ran me about $50 in Japanese yen. But anyway, let's take a look at what this foundation stick claims to do. So, Skin Foundation Stick. Our iconic foundation stick is formulated to blend seamlessly with all skin tones for a natural looking finish. Ideal for spot or all over coverage in a wide range of shades for all skins from fair to dark, dermatologist tested. So it doesn't say anything about it being high coverage, but it does say it gives coverage. And the reason why I wanted to do this today is because like last night I had a breakout here with a couple spots, so I figured it would be a good time to show coverage with a foundation. So let's try it out. So as you can see, this is kind of what my skin looks like currently now. I have a spot here, a little spot there. I have some redness. I always have redness. And for primer today, all I did was moisturize my skin. I'm not going to go in with an actual primer on my skin because personally I don't use primers ever unless I'm going out for a full nighter and I want oil control, but generally I don't use primers at all. My primer is my skincare, and I just have the Klairs Rich Moist Soothing Cream on today. On the packaging, it doesn't really say what type of application process to use, so for today I'm going to try two different application processes. I'm going to use my beauty blender, and then I'm also going to use my foundation brush. Let's start with the trouble side of my face today, and for that I'm going to be using my beauty blender here. It's just one from Forever 21, and I actually really hate it, but it's what I'm using. So yeah, the one thing I noticed about this product that I like is it doesn't have any fragrance, which is a big thing for me. If you guys know, fragrance, like, oh my god, no. Okay, so let's try it out. So I'm just gonna start on the key points of my face. Wow, pores, hello. Glides on pretty nicely. Let's try blending that out. With the beauty blender, it's blending out pretty nicely, but the coverage is certainly disappearing. Like, my redness is showing through. It does feel really light, which I like. But I'm feeling like I need to apply a lot more than I would love with a stick foundation. I actually tried the Makeup Forever stick foundation when that came out, the Ultra HD. Hated it. I should have done a review on it, but I absolutely hated it. Didn't look good at all. So as you can see, this side is with the foundation and this side is without. The redness is still coming through on that side. But it does look really skin-like. I can see it's clinging to dry patches, like on my acne spot, it's obviously clinging. But overall, it does look really natural and skin-like, which is nice. But it is clinging to my dry patches. Okay, so that side was with the beauty blender. Let's try the other side with the brush. It feels super lightweight though, which I like. Like, it doesn't feel like I'm wearing a thick product. For my brush today, I'm going to be using my Etude House toothbrush style. I don't know, you guys. Let's just try it out. With the brush, it's a little bit streaky. It doesn't look as natural as the Beauty Blender, and the coverage is pretty much the same, honestly. So I think I would prefer to use this with the Beauty Blender, but maybe, I don't know. Like, I really like how natural it looks, but the coverage isn't what I would at all expect from a stick foundation. But I'm loving how natural it looks. Like, it really does look like skin. But yeah, I would say definitely go in with a Beauty Blender or like a cushion puff, because the brush is just a little too streaky. I personally want a little more coverage just because I have some like red spots. So I'm just gonna try to go in and add a little bit more. But I think the Beauty Blender definitely is the way to go. Surprised at how good the color match is, because usually like I have problems with foundation colors just because my skin tone is very like different in spots, especially my chest gets really red as I've gotten older. But I am loving it. I'm loving it, but I'm just not loving how it's kind of clinging to dry patches. So it can look cakey if your skin isn't like perfectly exfoliated. Let's go in with concealer and see how it works with a liquid concealer under the eyes. For my concealer today, I'm going to be using my usual NARS Cream Concealer in Chantilly because it's what I have. And let's just go in. I feel like using a cream concealer would probably work best with this stick foundation formula. So I'm just gonna like pat that out with the brush. Oh, it's doing okay actually. Okay. So it surprisingly worked pretty well with the liquid concealer over top. Like, it's not really creasy. It definitely is not as effortless as a cushion puff, but it looks pretty darn good for a medium coverage. So I'm just gonna go in and set it with a translucent powder because I do feel like this is a foundation that's gonna move around into the fine lines. So I'm just going to use my Benelico Prime Primer just because this for sure is 100% translucent powder. It does a pretty good job of concealing my pores too. That's what I'm impressed about. A lot of foundations like kind of avoid the pore area, but this one does good to like smooth them out. Like, I look pretty much poreless. Like, look how poreless that looks. This is my trouble area for pores. Usually they're really like visible, but they're pretty much not. Not too sure if you can see the dry patches, but it does look a little cakey around the dry areas. But overall, not bad. It definitely has a really natural appearance to it. Okay, you guys, so I'm gonna do the rest of my makeup and then I'll tune back in. Okay, you guys, the rest of my makeup is done. I only put a little bit of blush and highlight on my skin, then a little small amount of contour on my nose, and then obviously I finished my eye makeup, which is just like literally a wash of brown eyeshadow and mascara and some brown eyeliner on. I have nothing on my lips either. I don't know. Today's a really lazy day. Actually, I'm gonna be going out to meet up with Charlotte and Taylor, and we are gonna go to a golf range. I don't know, I've never been to a golf range before, so I'm really excited to do that. So anyway, it currently is 1:43, and this is just what the foundation looks like now. So it looks super natural, like crazy natural, no pores, really airbrush smooth, except for a little bit of clinging to dry patches, and I get some creasing in my nose, but I get that with almost every foundation. It's like inevitable. So I will check in later on after the day, at the end of the day, and let you guys know how the foundation is holding up. But right now, it feels amazing. It feels lightweight. I don't even feel like I'm wearing anything at all. And it looks friggin' good, and it matches me perfectly. Like, I never have this. Usually I have such an issue with like my redness, because right now I'm a little bit flushed on my chest and my neck. Okay, so I'll check back in with you guys later. Okay, you guys, it is much later in the day now. It's been about, what, 7 hours or something like that, or 8 hours? Oh God. Yeah, it's like 8:36, so going on 8:40, and I figured I would tune in right now because I feel like this is, like, it's only gonna go downhill from here for the foundation. So as you can probably tell, I'm looking quite a bit shiny, especially in my T-zone, and that's where you can tell the oil is producing, because like usual, I kind of don't set this area of my cheekbones, and I always kind of leave it unset. So the real areas of concern for me are chin, nose, forehead, and then also here where the oil produces and where I would get like just where the foundation would naturally start lifting up. So I'm going to zoom in on my face so you guys can actually see what the current state of my skin looks like, because I'll be honest, with the lights and from a distance on camera, the skin can look a lot better than it really does look in person. So let's just zoom in. So I had this pimple develop here, but I felt that coming already to begin with, so I'm not really concerned. But as you can see, like the foundation's kind of like lifting away in areas. Let's see if I can get a little bit closer. So I'm honestly not that impressed with this foundation. Like it's kind of really disappointing, especially for the price point. Like it looks so bad on my chin. Like it's clearly left around my pores. It more or less has dodged my pores, and it just looks really cakey and unpleasant around my pores there. Like it makes them appear a lot bigger than they actually are. And as you can see on my nose, it looks like it's coming off. And on my forehead, it's created quite a few fine lines. And once again, it's kind of dodged out of my actual pores. And it's really creased under my eyes as well. So for me, for a high-end foundation, this is extremely disappointing. Like my cheap, well not cheap, but my affordable Innisfree cushions do a lot better at holding up long wear wise, even when I get the ones that are meant for like making your skin look dewy. Like I don't often have this bad of an appearance of foundation with cheaper price pointed products. But I'm also kind of starting to think maybe my skin just doesn't like stick foundations. Like I had the exact same thing happen to my skin with the what was it? The Makeup Forever stick foundation, HD stick foundation. Like it looks so good right away when I put it on, but after, like throughout the day, it just looks so bad. And I never have foundations look this bad on my skin. Like you guys, in person, it looks so bad. And I set this with powder. Like I set it with a heavy amount of powder so it wouldn't look so bad. So this kind of just tells me this foundation is really picky. It's probably only going to work for certain types of people or certain skin types. And clearly it's just not going to work for me. And I have like combination dry skin type that has like oily T-zone, but then it's dry on outer areas. And this foundation just kind of tells me like you need to have the perfect primer with it, which is something I don't like. Like I don't ever use primers because they tend to break me out. So I never use them. I just use my regular skincare. So the fact that this probably needs a primer underneath it is like a number one like no for me. And it's just so disappointing. But to be fair, you guys, I'm probably not going to return this foundation just because it does look really good on camera when you first apply it. So I think I'll keep it just for the purpose of makeup tutorials, but overall, this isn't one I'll wear for going out or if I feel like I want it to last all day. Maybe if I have like a short event to go to, I might, or if I'm just stepping out for like a quick bit to the store, maybe I'll use it. But otherwise, if I'm planning on going out for the day, this definitely is not a foundation I'll be using. Yeah, I definitely think this is one to pass if you have a skin type similar to me, or you can give it a shot and see how you like it. But overall, for my first Bobbi Brown foundation, this is really quite disappointing. Yeah, I'm so disappointed, you guys. Like, seriously. It looks like I didn't even touch my nose and it's just disappearing. It's all blotchy and disappearing. It's crazy, guys. It's so disappointing. Ugh. I can't believe it. So anyway, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this review tutorial, and I hope that it could be helpful for anyone who's been contemplating whether or not it's actually worth the $60, $50 to pick up the Bobbi Brown Stick Foundation. Let me know if you want to see more foundation reviews like this, and remember to thumbs up this video if you enjoyed it and subscribe, but of course only if you want to, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!